You know that feeling when you're watching a movie and the main character is this close to their big breakthrough, but they're still obliviously walking past all the clues. That's the divine masculine twin flame in the pre-reunion phase. Except, in this case, the clues are synchronicities, gut feelings, and the universe aggressively clearing its throat in the background. This isn't just about love, it's about recognition, that bone-deep sense of familiarity, like meeting a stranger and realizing you've known them in every lifetime. Twin flame connections don't follow the rules of typical relationships. They're less meet cute in a coffee shop and more cosmic lightning strike that rearranges your DNA. And when the divine masculine starts waking up, oh, the signs get loud. But here's the thing. His awakening isn't linear. It's messy. It's 2 steps forward, 1 existential crisis back. One day he's all in, the next he's ghosting like he's in a witness protection program for emotionally avoidant men. And yet, when he's truly ready for reunion, the shift is undeniable. No more mixed signals, no more half-hearted maybes. Just a quiet, unwavering certainty, like the moment a compass finally finds true north. So, if you've been wondering whether your twin flame is actually getting his act together, this is your sign. The universe doesn't do accidents. Those dreams, the synchronicities, the way your intuition's been humming like a live wire, they're not coincidences. They're breadcrumbs. And if you're paying attention, they're leading you straight to each other. Ready to decode the signs? Let's dive in. You ever notice how some people treat their emotional baggage like a suspiciously heavy suitcase at the airport? They'll drag it everywhere, grunting under the weight. But God forbid someone asks, "Hey, what's in there?" That's your divine, masculine twin flame in the early stages. All that unresolved trauma, ego, and fear stuffed into a mental Samsonite. And he's sprinting through terminals like the TSAs after him. But here's the thing. When he's finally ready for reunion, he stops running. He unzips the damn thing. And oh boy, does he look. This isn't some fluffy, I meditated once, and now I'm healed moment. No, shadow work is messy. It's like cleaning out a hoarder's attic, where half the boxes are labeled, "Do not open ever." Suddenly, he's sitting in the dust, holding old heartbreaks, daddy issues, and that one time in 2012 when his ego took a hit he still hasn't recovered from. And instead of slamming the lid shut like usual, he sighs. He sits with it, maybe even gasps, talks about it. You'll know it's happening because the energy shifts. He's less defensive, more curious. Less, why does everything hurt? And more, okay, fine, maybe I'm part of the problem. It's like watching a cat finally admit that yes, it did knock over the vase. And no, it wasn't the ghost wind this time. Progress. And here's the kicker. This isn't just his work. The universe has a funny way of forcing the issue. Maybe he stumbles into therapy, accidentally on purpose after a bad date. Maybe he starts dreaming about his childhood home, or his exes start popping up like uninvited NPCs in his life's video game, forcing him to deal with old patterns. Synchronicities get louder, mirrors, literal and metaphorical, start showing him what he's avoided. The divine masculine doesn't wake up because he's bored. He wakes up because the soul's deadline for growth hits like a cosmic overdue notice. So if your twin flame's suddenly asking deep questions, owning his crap, or just sitting quietly instead of numbing out with work sports that "I'm fine, everything's fine" mantra. Congratulations. He's not just thinking about reunion, he's preparing for it. And honestly, that's sexier than any grand gesture. Though, hey, grand gestures are nice too. We're not picky. Too abstract? Let me put it this way. Imagine his shadow self is like a neglected Tamagotchi. For years, he's ignored the frantic beepin', letting it starve in his mental junk drawer. Now, he's finally feeding the thing. And yeah, it's weird and embarrassing, and he might overcompensate by naming it My Emotional Growth Journey Trademark. But hey, progress is progress. Baby steps, right? Now, over to you. Ever noticed your twin flame doing the emotional equivalent of poking a bear with a stick? Or, finally admitting the bear exists? Share your stories below. We've all got a front row seat to this wild, weird, and occasionally wonderful show. You ever have one of those days where the world feels like it's winking at you? Like you think of your twin flame and suddenly their favorite song plays in a cafe you never go to. Or you wake up from a dream about them only to find they've posted the exact phrase you heard in the dream. Coincidence? Please. The universe doesn't do random. It does emphasis. And when your divine masculine is nearing reunion, synchronicities don't just knock. They kick the door down like an overenthusiastic spiritual UPS guy with a package labeled "Open immediately, your love life." This isn't just about seeing 11:11 on the clock, though hey, that's a classic. It's the way reality starts bending to get your attention. You'll be mid-thought about them, and boom, their name pops up on a billboard. A stranger mentions them, or you stumble across an old photo you swear wasn't there yesterday. The cosmos isn't subtle here. It's like your soul's Wi-Fi signal finally hits full bars, and suddenly you're downloading updates you didn't even know you needed. And the intuition? Oh, it shifts from a whisper to a megaphone. You'll know things, not in a maybe I'm imagining it way, but in a why is this fact lodged in my brain like a popcorn kernel in my teeth way. Their energy hums in your chest before they text. You dream in symbols that decode themselves over coffee. Even logic starts playing along. Wait, how did I just randomly take the wrong train and end up at their old apartment building? It wasn't wrong. The universe just rerouted you for a scenic detour through plot development. Here's the wild part. He's feeling it too. Twin flames sync up like Bluetooth devices left on too long. Maybe he's the one suddenly reaching out after months of silence, or you catch him staring at you, like you've both just remembered the same inside joke. The veil between you thins. Time gets slippery. Past, present, and future start overlapping like a cosmic Venn diagram where the middle is labeled, yeah, we're doing this. But let's keep it real. This phase can also feel like your sanity's on a teeter-totter. 1 minute you're marveling at the magic. The next, you're side-eyeing the universe like, are you messing with me? It's not messing. It's orchestrating. The key is to lean in. Track the patterns. Laugh when the signs get ridiculous, because they will. And trust that if the universe is going full rom-com montage to get your attention, the reunion isn't just coming. It's already writing itself into the script. Still skeptical? Imagine synchronicities as breadcrumbs. At first, they're sparse, a lone raisin in your life's oatmeal. But as reunion nears, it's a full trail of croissants, muffins, and artisanal sourdough, all leading to one glaring truth: you're being guided. And honestly, who turns down free bread? Let's talk about the moment the divine masculine stops thinking about reunion and starts walking toward it, not in that vague, when the stars align kind of way, but with actual footsteps you can hear. You know the type. The late night texts become morning coffee dates. The "I've been doing some thinking" conversations turn into "I booked a flight." The energy shifts from potential to kinetic, like a roller coaster finally creaking over that first big drop after an eternity of click, click, clicking up the tracks. This isn't about grand gestures, though hey, if he shows up with a boombox, we won't judge. It's the quiet, consistent actions that scream louder than any love letter ever could. Maybe he starts therapy and actually applies what he learns. Maybe he cuts ties with that ex who's been lurking in his DMs like a bad Wi-Fi connection. Or he initiates plans instead of leaving you to play emotional chess alone. Revolutionary, right? The key here is intention. An unawakened divine masculine is all talk, no follow-through, like a gym membership he swears he'll use next week. But when he's ready, he's not just saying he wants union. He's building it brick by brick, even when it's uncomfortable. And let's be real, growth is uncomfortable. It's like watching someone learn to ride a bike. Wobbly, awkward, maybe a few scrapes along the way. But damn if he isn't pedaling. You'll feel it in your bones before you see it. His energy stops flickering like a faulty light bulb and steadies into something warm and reliable. The excuses dry up, the mixed signals unmix, and suddenly, you're not wondering where you stand. You're too busy noticing how he's showing up. No more breadcrumbs. This man brings the whole loaf. Of course, the universe loves to test this. Old fears might resurface. He might hesitate like a guy hovering over the confirm order button on a pricey impulse buy. But here's the magic. If he's truly awake, he pushes through. Because the difference between a twin flame and a karmic lesson, one runs from love, the other runs toward it, even when it's scary, even when it's work, even when every past version of him would have bolted. So if you're seeing action, not just words, not just potential, but movement, hold on to that. It's the universe whispering, or let's be real, yelling. Don't look away. This is how it begins. Still waiting for those steps? Think of it like baking bread. You can't rush the yeast, but when it's ready, oh, you'll smell it. You know that moment when a storm passes and the air goes still, not just quiet, but different, like the whole world took a deep breath. That's what it feels like when your divine masculine twin flame enters the surrender phase. No more push-pull, no more emotional whiplash, just this strange, solid peace radiating from him, like he finally put down a weight he didn't even realize he was carrying. It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? After months, or let's be real, years, of his energy zigzagging between hot and cold, now he's just there, present, not in an overwhelming way, but in the way sunlight fills a room without asking permission. You'll notice it in the little things. Texts that don't leave you dissecting tone for hidden meaning. conversations that flow like they've been oiled, silences that don't feel like landmines. Even his voice might sound different, less guarded, like he's stopped performing some version of himself he thought he had to be. This isn't him being perfect, because, newsflash, no one is. It's him being real. The walls are down, the armor's off, and the wildest part? He's not even making a big deal about it. It's not some dramatic, "I've changed" announcement. It's just him existing without the usual chaos, like a formerly feral cat that's decided your lap is now its forever home. What's really happening under the surface? Surrender. Not the white flag kind, but the deep, soul-level exhale of someone who's stopped fighting himself. The divine masculine's awakening was never about becoming someone new. It was about remembering who he always was beneath the fear. And when that clicks, oh, it's palpable. You'll feel it in your gut before your brain catches up, like when you walk into a house and just know it's home. Of course, your own trust issues might pipe up here. Wait, where's the drama? Why isn't he overcompensating? Is this a trick? We've been traumatized, okay? But here's the truth. Real healing doesn't scream. It whispers. And his quiet steadiness, that's the universe's way of saying, see? This is what it feels like when the work pays off. So if his energy suddenly feels like a weighted blanket, safe, warm, unshakably there, don't overthink it. Breathe. Soak it in. This is what you've been waiting for. Not a fairy tale, but something better. Real. Still adjusting to the calm? Think of it like finally turning off a TV that's been stuck on static for years. At first, the silence is jarring. Then, pure relief. Let's be real. If twin flame journeys were easy, they wouldn't be sacred. They'd be subway rides, predictable, mildly inconvenient, and ending with zero existential revelations. But this is the kind of love that rewires you, the kind that doesn't just knock on your heart's door, but rearranges the furniture while you're still deciding whether to let it in. And if you're here reading this, it means you've already felt that quiet, unshakable truth. Something is coming. Maybe it's in the way your solitude no longer aches, but hums with purpose. Maybe it's how the universe keeps slipping his name into conversations like a conspiratorial friend. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Just a feeling, like the air before rain, thick with the scent of change. This isn't hope, it's knowing. The same way a sunflower knows to turn toward light without being taught. Reunion isn't a finish line, it's a threshold. All those sleepless nights, the gut punches of growth, the moments you swore you'd invented the whole thing, they weren't hurdles, they were the forging. Love like this demands you both become people capable of holding it without crumbling. And look at you now, softer where it counts, fiercer where it matters, with hands that have learned to stay open even when the waiting felt endless. So if today all you see are shadows, where his presence should be, remember, darkness is just light's way of resting. The divine masculine's awakening isn't a switch flipped, it's a slow sunrise, painting the sky in colors he once swore weren't his. And when he finally steps into that light, you won't need signs to confirm it. You'll feel it in your bones, the same way trees feel spring, long before the first bud breaks. Until then, keep tending your own fire. The love that survives separation isn't the kind that needs keeping. It's the kind that keeps you. And when your flames do meet again, they won't just merge, they'll dance,